They don't really know what causes it. I mean, there was a lot of theories before and even after, since that's why they don't lay babies on their stomach anymore. They find that, it has something to do with their breathing. I don't know. But there's a story in the Bible that somebody's child died of SIDS. Remember the two women of the Solomon? Yeah, and she said the child died at night, so it could have been. Yeah, and I didn't know it, but I actually had an uncle that died of SIDS almost the same day my son died. My son was July 6th, and I think he died July 4th.
In a way, God was merciful to us because we didn't wake up and find our baby dead in the crib. We saw that this was a respiratory seizure that came over him, and even because Donna had just finished, feeding him, and he was fussing, and this was something that, I know, I think it's from going to those meetings where people, parents will blame themselves. They weren't watching their child, or they found their child in the morning, and it's terrible to think.
Or the baby, or had a babysitter.
Yeah.
So we felt God.
It wasn't anything like that. It's a respiratory seizure, and so I never, blamed myself. It was just there wasn't anything that could have been done. I just, so I realized that, and I wouldn't want people to carry around that burden, or that burden of guilt, because it's not the case.
Yeah. Once they start breathing like that, there's nothing you can do. So,
to me, it's all about keeping that relationship real, close. And I think the most important thing, one of the most meaningful things I do, is the simplest. And it's when I wake up, I make it a regular habit of, thank you, Lord, I have another day. My wife is lying here beside me. I have a beautiful family. I have my health. I'm functioning. God, that's all part of your grace. And even as I drive down the road, and we're in the fall, and I see the leaves, I appreciate it, and I bring it back to God, and I thank Him, because it's part of the beauty of being alive, and alive in Him, and recognizing His involvement in my life and His love in my life. Same thing for you?
Yeah, I wake up early, and I like to pray before I get out of bed because of my animals and my grandkids. But I just thank God I'm very thankful for just how He's blessed us through the years, and also I like Daily Bread, and some ICR has.
Yeah.
I like reading through them, and they have a story and things that I can think on during the day. And I also like to listen to. I like John MacArthur. Brian and I've actually been on one of his cruises to Alaska. But I love listening to messages from him, and then I can actually, he has a transcript that you can read it, and then I like taking notes, and I'm just amazed at God and His Word, and how it deals with every aspect of our lives, and I try to make it real in my life, and I have these grandkids that live upstairs from me now, and I try to take the things that God's showing me, and help them in their lives as they're growing up and learning about Christ. But and I feel right now, we haven't gotten in a church yet. We've been visiting a lot, but I feel that God's put us there to help minister to these precious souls. God's allowed us to be part of their lives, and it's a big responsibility, and you know, and so that's where I'm at right now.
Cool.
It's directing me to a relationship that is, that is enjoyed with Him. I think I had a verse that I thought of as I was coming here that relates to this and relates to my walk with the Lord, and it's at Psalms 59 verse 16. It says, "But I will sing of your strength, and I will sing aloud of your steadfast love in the morning, for you have been to me a fortress and a refuge in the day of my distress." And I just realized that God He's always there, His love is always present, and I'm striving to be that person that is walking with Him, so that as I communicate with others, and He's given me opportunity to share His love, even this past week with one of my co-workers, to share the grace of Christ. But I want it to come from a place that is real and not a place that is, okay, I have a few verses I can share with this person because I have some moments, but I want it to be God-directed. And I know for that to happen, I want to be walking in the Spirit and enjoying my relationship, that little bit of kingdom here on earth that can be enjoyed, and spread that to touch others, because the Lord has planted His people, and He sent His Spirit, and we can experience kingdom living now, and that's been a hope, a sure hope, and a blessing to me, and I'm just asking God to help me to bring that to other people so that it touches a heart and it's not just words.
The main thing that I'm realizing is the sovereignty of God. Even how He directed us and where we live now, it's not something that we were really looking to do, and that really helped increase my faith in God, and that He's involved in our lives, and one of the things is that helps me, even what's happening in the world. I like to know what's going on. Brian gets mad at me sometimes because I like to watch the news and see what's going on, and pray for our leaders, and but and I see what's happening in the schools and what my grandkids are being
Just
exposed to. But you know what? God's sovereign, and it says do not fret about evildoers, and I know that ultimately God's going to bring justice and peace, and He's going to reign here on earth, and that He's kind of letting us know that things are going to get bad in this world, but eventually,
Thy kingdom come.
Yeah,
will be done.
and that gives me a hope and a peace, and
both of us.
but it also makes me pray for my grandkids, because I see just rampant wickedness in the world and how it can affect them, and so but in it all, I know God rules and reigns, and and that
And can help us to face any trial.
Yeah.
That He is there.
Yeah.
And not abandoned us.
Yeah.
Or
So